It's Wolfy-Chan, and I'm back with another Movie Monday, and this time it is The Tale of Princess Kaguya. And I keep trying to say tales, but it's not like this is a multiple. This is actually based off the myth of Princess Kaguya, which has actually been in a lot of animes and a lot of different things too. I didn't realize how much Princess Kaguya's story pulled into everything, but it's still really cool. So the whole movie is, of course, about Princess Kaguya and the bamboo cutter. And the bamboo cutter, of course, stumbles upon this bamboo. And all of a sudden, he cuts it, and then there's something that starts to bloom, and then a small child comes out of it. And, side note, I didn't realize that this was also like a tale of Thumbelina. I grew up myself with Thumbelina and all that good stuff, and she was a tiny person. She just doesn't grow up into a person. She just gets married to a fairy king. That's really, really cool. But in this one, he picks up this tiny, adorable little creature, brings her home, and then she turns into a baby. And then throughout the movie, she grows faster than everybody else. She grows like bamboo. And it looks like it only takes like really a month or two for things really to get going. Which, let's be fair, weird. Really, really weird. Because she starts out as a baby. They try and take her to like a wet nurse. And then the mom in this situation, because it's the bamboo cutter's wife, is like, I feel like I have something for this child. Turns out, yes, she does. And voila. Then she starts walking and playing around with the other kids and stuff. But it is almost implied that a lot of this stuff takes years, like at least a couple years, because one of the kids that she was playing with is now an adult with a family of his own with kids when he sees a vision of Princess Kaguya, or Kaguya, and they fly around and stuff like that, which I like the whole mystical power thing going on with that. But you see, as little bamboo, or princess, comes and grows up. The bamboo cutter gets gold from bamboo and turns into a lord for the emperor and gets a huge estate. And that's not what she was happy about. She was happy to play with her friends. She was happy that her life was like this. And then she turns into a princess for suitors. And then we get the treasures, the praying bowl from Buddha, the gem of the ocean, clothing from the fire rat, a gem. Oh no, so it's not a jeweled thing from the ocean, it's a coral. And yeah, I think there was four, so it's like the four suitors. I think there's supposed to be five. I can't fully remember. It's been a while. I'm actually rewatching it as we speak. But she asked for these items that are very, very hard to get. And of course, a couple of the suitors do try. One of them does not live through his excursion, which I'm like, it's that day, man, it's that day. But a couple of them do try and do forgeries. Only one comes back going, I didn't really find it. It was really hard to find, but I thought you might accept that I, as a man, did try and bring it to you. And she's like, that's cool and stuff, but like, you needed to have it on you. And then you have the emperor. Now the emperor wants to marry her, and she's like, nah, man, unless you get these gem parts and stuff. And he's like, I'm the emperor. I get to pick what I want to do. And then he oversteps his bounds, so she does allow him to see her. Well, he crawls to the back and tries to hug her, and that was not okay. You know, it's one of those things you should ask permission before you do something. The Emperor just kind of does it, thinking because he has all the power, it's easy enough to just be like, you'll be mine anyway. But that's not who Kaguya is. And by doing that, you've made her extremely uncomfortable, and you made her cry out to the moon, which is where she is originally from. And she didn't necessarily want to do that. She didn't want to go back to the moon, but because of that scenario, you made her heart scream. And thus, when the time comes, which does happen kind of close to the end of the movie, that the procession of all of these heavenly beings and stuff like that come to pick her up. And they start putting, cowrie shell. I don't know why that's coming to my mind. Tell me if that's important in the movie. Can't remember. But they come to pick her up and they put her robe on, which is a very nice kind of thin shawl veil, I would call it. Like, it's not fully that, but it's a veil. But they put this on her, and then she's like, wait, I didn't want to go. I want to stay. I miss these people, all this stuff. And then the crown puts onto her head, and thus she forgets everything and goes back to the moon. But she remembers saying something that of people who were, in the moon talking about a song and singing this and people, and that's why she wanted to go to the earth. But now that she's done her whole cycle, and it's really, really sad to see the story play out in that sense, because there is, I believe in the actual myth, she just kind of accepts that she's going back to the moon. And everyone, of course, is fighting so that she stays, because the Emperor is like, yo, I know what I did was mean and stuff, but I do want you to stay because I love you. And she's like, I'm going back to the moon, and just goes and takes it. So this movie is really nice. The actual animation and stuff is beautifully simple and very different. And I love it personally. Like, I think it's absolutely amazing type of movie. And I do recommend this for anybody who likes the actual tale of Princess Kaguya, or anybody who's kind of a fan of Studio Ghibli. I know that they are, at least about when this movie started is when they kind of took a different turn and stuff like that. But it's still a really great movie, and I definitely recommend. So, if you like this video, definitely leave a like. Leave it in the comment section below if there's another movie I should watch and give a nice review to. Or if there's just a random movie you'd like, and that's anime, of course. And definitely don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, that big red button below, for more anime, manga, and something new or something different. And if you want to follow me on Twitter or Facebook, the links are down below. I hope that you've been having a wonderful day. It's been humid here, and I am not a fan. Wolfy-Chan out. Bye.